We're also staying on top of breaking news right now in Hernando County. Deputies say they have identified the two men suspected of armed robbery yesterday at a dollar store. One of the men was killed by deputies. The other man is still on the run right now. ABC Action News reporter Adam Weiner is live this morning at the sheriff's office. Adam, what do we know so far about these two robbers?
Well, we know they've been on the run, this one man, overnight for several hours now. I'm actually here with the sheriff of Hernando County, Sheriff Neen Heist. Thanks for taking a moment to talk with us. Obviously, this has been a long, almost 24 hours now of searching for one of two robbers. I understand we've learned a little bit more about who these two men are. Can you talk a little bit about potentially their criminal record and what they were doing here in Hernando County?
Well, we're not prepared to release their names yet, but we do have them tentatively identified, at least the individual who is deceased. We haven't notified next of kin and so forth, so we're still working through that. But we're also trying to find the other person. We don't believe he has a vehicle. We are relatively confident that there's a very good likelihood anyway that he's still in the area of south central Hernando County near Highway 41. And we're out there looking actively for him. We're also, obviously, at the same time looking for any involvement they may have had in other armed robberies in the area. We also have some indication that maybe up even in New England that they were involved in law enforcement and may have had kind of a violent episode with a law enforcement officer up there. So all that's been happening through the night. We had, obviously, several scenes last night that we were working. The Dollar General there on 50 and Sherman Hills Boulevard. Actually, a citizen interacted with them underneath the interstate at State Road 50, and that was a little bit violent. And then, of course, we had a citizen follow them to where they bailed out and then ultimately to where the shooting happened. So it was spread out all over the county last night, but my people did a great job. I was really amazed at how well they kept all the balls in the air and didn't let any of them drop. So
yeah, understandably, one man obviously, succumbed to injury there. Right. The other man hopefully surrounded in a wooded area. But you mentioned the fact that the community here, the Hernando County community, contained potentially a dangerous criminal, has been dangerous in several states across the country, contained him to Hernando County by preventing him from getting back on the interstate. Obviously, it was a violent situation that one resident was involved in, but you think that played a potentially big part in finally putting an end to this violent run of crime?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't encourage people to get involved. We would have obviously preferred had they just called us and maybe even followed at a safe distance. Even that can be a little dangerous, if you go down a dead-end road or anything like that. But we never encourage people to interact with them because obviously that citizen could have ended up seriously injured or dead. Thank God he was okay. But there were two individuals involved, and the second one did follow him to where the two men bailed out of their vehicle, and that, of course, gave us what we needed to surround them and get the first guy. Unfortunately, he interacted with us in such a way that put my deputies in fear, and he lost his life. But and I can release the two deputies' names. Okay. The sergeant is Matt Lillibridge. He's been here since 1996, and the K-9 deputy was Stephen Miller, and he's been here since 2003. And they're both as routine administrative leave with pay pending the outcome of the investigation.
So two veterans of the force here, brave decisions obviously by the Hernando County Sheriff's Office here as they continue their hunt. We're obviously, when they're ready to release the names of the two suspects in this case, they'll be doing that, and potentially some information to help the public be on the lookout for a man who's still very much out there, armed and dangerous, likely in this Hernando County community. We'll have updates for you coming up in the next half hour. For now, live in Brooksville, Adam Weiner, back to you.